If you guys don't know, Eli is a black belt in Jiu-Jitsu. He's given a ton of time and part of his life to becoming and studying that art. And he's actually done an actual fight in a cage, like an MMA fight with like get in a cage with another dude and see who wins, like fist fighting.
Yeah.
It's pretty gnarly.
What was that like? Was that anything? Because the only thing I have to compare like adrenaline to, I'm sure you too, Nate, is like big waves or like that's kind of it. So like, was that
similar or more or less?
It was a trip, dude. There was
Was it more intense or was it like?
It's different because I'm like, okay, something that helped me huge was I was like, we surf jaws, we surf giant pipe, we surf giant chopes, we go around the world, we put our lives on the line constantly. And that might sound extreme, but it's true. We put our lives on the line every single big swim. A lot of people don't know that. But my mindset going into the fight was, I was like, I could get knocked out. I could get super embarrassed. I could get injured, but I'm not going to die. I was like, a giant jaw set on the head could kill us. Yeah. I was like, this guy could kick me in my chin and just put me out. I wake up and everybody's like, you went viral. And I'm like, really? And they're like, yeah, you got knocked out.
On the wrong side of the viral.
So I was just like, okay, that could happen. But at the same time, I think I had a huge head start on the mental aspect, being like, this isn't going to kill me. And I just was like, I'm going to just train as hard as I can. I'm going to take it super serious. And like you said, like I've put in so much time training jiu-jitsu over the years that I was just like, okay, if I don't cut one corner and I just put everything I have into it, I was just like, if this guy beats me, he deserves to. And the adrenaline was crazy. Every single night after training twice a day I would train Monday through Saturday, 2 times, sometimes 3 times a day. I would only take Sundays off to get body work, do sauna, ice, all that. And I was just like, every single night going to bed, I would think of the best and worst outcomes. Like, I'd just be laying there, and I'd be like, oh, I could get knocked out. I could get injured. Or I was like, I could knock him out. I could choke him out. And the mind would just race. And it was a trippy experience for sure. But I was super happy I did it. And I felt like it was just one more thing that I checked off the list, and I was just like, because if I never did it, I trained my whole life, I would have always
think about it.
Always been like, shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah, and Eli won his fight, you guys. So
it went really well.
He smoked the guy in like 45 seconds or something, right?
It was quick.
Yeah.
And what was really cool too about the support crew was like, in surfing we're best friends and we push each other, but we're competitive. Mm-hmm. We all want the same wave. We all want the standout performance. Like we've done a really good job, our crew, of having that balance of being like super hungry and pushing each other, but also being like happy for each other, and we give each other little jabs, but it's not like it's a trippy thing. Like even your best friends or your teammates, you're competing in surfing. But with the fighting, it was like my teammates, my friends, everybody was like pure 100% support. And like it felt really good to feel that. Like it was just different kind of like support and push. And I was just happy that I went through the whole experience and it went great.
Yeah. I was there too at the fight, and I don't think I've ever yelled so much or so loud in my life.
You're more stressed than he was.
Dude, I felt like I was about to fight. I was standing outside the cage because I've never had such a good friend. Like to get into a ring to me is like something I would never do.
Yeah.
And like to just fight someone in front of a bunch of people is like, that sounds like the least appealing thing to me.
Yeah.
But Eli has been training his whole life. But I just remember like watching you walk in, or even at the weigh-ins, I was just like, I don't know. I felt like I was gonna fight, but like clearly I wasn't. But who knows? I might have gone to fight in the crowd if shit went bad.
It was wild.
Yeah, I even had adrenaline like going crazy just watching you go in. So I was like, I wonder what that was like being in there. Like, do you almost like go into a meditative state, or do you go just like?
Did it feel similar like when you finally catch, like, say a life-threatening wave or jaws or something? You know how like once you finally get to your feet, all the thoughts are gone and you're in instinctive mode?
Yeah.
Is that how?
Yeah.
As soon as the timer hit, you go instinct?
It was super similar. Like how like these huge swells get hyped up, how the lead up is almost the worst part?
Oh, I was going to say that too, because you had the lead up's almost worse for the
Dude,
fight.
the lead up's
'cause
worse.
it's a month or two. Like
the local news channels were interviewing me,
Oh,
and I was like, almost want to tell everyone, leave me alone. I was like, what if I do all of this and
Yeah.
just get knocked out?
swells, it's like a week or two. Like it happens quick and then it's on. But that is like
yeah, and
days and days.
something with surfing too is even if you go out and you have a shocker, you were still charging. It's still respected. I was just like, I could go out, have a shocker, and just be so embarrassed. I'm gonna just have to live with this. It's gonna be all over social media. I was like, it was stressful for sure. But like you were saying, like the lead up was the super hard part, and cutting weight was super gnarly. Could maybe show a photo of how sucked in I was. I cut like 27 pounds.
So lean.
You look like a crackhead at the weigh-ins.
So
the photo you
gnarly.
took, I'm like, my face was sucked in. I was like, as
gnarly.
cut as you could ever be.
I was worried for you.
That was probably a really unhealthy way of doing it, but I was just like, luckily I was headstrong where I was like, could just push through.
What weight did you cut down to?
I started camp at like 168 pounds, and I weighed in at 143, and I was just Skeletor.
That is gnarly.
Yeah.
In what
Look
time
gnarly.
period?
I probably in a week started my cut. So in a week.
Did that in a week? I
Yeah.
thought it would be gradual through the.
I was slowly just eating cleaner, but I was eating a lot because I was training so hard. I had to keep eating.
That's crazy
And
to me.
then-
That it just seems like you're going into combat. You would want to be as healthy as you could possibly be, and fighters are like, I'm gonna dehydrate the shit out of myself. I'm gonna not eat, and I'm gonna train twice as hard as I normally would. Then I'm gonna fight somebody.
It is pretty backwards.
Backwards, bro.
So funny. What an interesting concept.
Like-
It's
the
very
night
strange.
before.
The night before,
A
no
lot of guys
water.
are just death.
In a
like
sauna,
skeleton.
no water.
I was thinking about what we
Like-
do before surfing is like, I'm eating a huge meal. I'm
Hydrating,
drinking as
sleeping,
much
like-
as I can. I'm trying to sleep as good as I can. And then, yeah, like the day before, killing yourself, cutting weight, dying, and then trying to catch up and hydrate and eat a bunch of
is
food.
crazy,
Yeah, it was a
bro.
trip for sure.
I'm claiming fights should just be based off of height and reach, maybe, and you can just juice up if you want steroids.
Bro,
I would. It
I mean,
would be
Pride
so
used to-
interesting.
Pride used to
Interesting
do that, and
see
that
what
was
happens.
the most entertaining shit ever. Like, they just make a division for it. Be like, okay, like,
Give them
Yeah.
a division.
yeah, be like, here, this is for the juice heads that want to go huge.
Just say no testing.
literally,
No testing,
literally,
just go.
No
rip
testing
each
for
other's
test.
heads off. Go for it. I would watch it.
I'd watch it.
Yeah, it'd probably do well.
These guys trying to grab each other's eyeballs.
Yeah, roid rage.
Yeah.
Trying to
They lose and they're still trying to fight.
yeah.